All right. Good evening, colleagues. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are joining from. I welcome you to this seminar series organized by the African Science Frontiers Initiatives. This is a monthly program we have been having for the past almost 4 years now. It has been running. It has been a place of learning, sharing ideas, and connecting with colleagues across the continent. So it's my pleasure to welcome you this evening. I am the host of this platform. My name is Bright Oharu, and I'm joining you from Sweden. So welcome and sit tight. As the custom is, please use the chat box to tell us who you are, where you're joining from, and of course, what you are doing, your project, all right, your institution. I have with me my colleague and co-host of this seminar series, Dr. Emma Sob. And I will invite her to say a few words before we fully launch this evening. Emma, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Brian. Welcome, everyone. My name is Iman Sobh. I am Associate Professor of Chest Diseases at Al-Azhar University, Egypt. And I am also faculty member at Taiba University, Saudi Arabia. I'm joining from Saudi Arabia now. I'm the Director of Science and Communication for ASFI, or African Science Frontiers Initiatives. Welcome for this science seminar series. I hope it will be an opportunity for everyone to communicate, collaborate, have research communication between everyone, and also know what's going on in Africa regarding science, research, and innovation. Please don't miss this opportunity to get some people within your contact list to communicate for future at any area of science. Thanks everyone, and welcome to ASFI family. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Emma. Thank you. Welcome everyone. We have two speakers this evening. We have one of them in the house. I'm not sure if the second one is here. Mona, if you're here, because I can see some names I can't recognize. Please, if you're here, just send me a private chat so that I know you are here. But otherwise, we have one of the speakers here. Mona joins us from Sudan, and as we know, usually they have network challenges, and I hope she's able to make it this evening. So as the custom is, what I will do now is to make a short introduction. I will introduce the speakers, and then we will give them the floor to tell us what they have for us this evening. All right. So that is what we'll be dealing with today: fungi and dead seeds making a difference in Africa's health. Okay, so as I said earlier, this seminar is brought to you by the African Science Frontiers Initiatives, and we call it ASFI in short. Some people call it ASFI, some people call it ASFI. Anyone is acceptable. All right, so why are we here? Honestly, we have been running this seminar series monthly for almost 4 years now. In fact, 2021, when we started running it, we did it every 3 weeks. But from 2022, we moved to monthly seminar series. The fact is that science has a very important role to play in every nation's development. Undoubtedly, that is the case. Without science, we barely can do very little. It doesn't matter the level of politics we play. When science is relegated to the background, development will suffer. That is the truth. Okay? Because development, sustainable development will work based on evidence that works. All right? But something is happening in our continent, Africa. We have occupied a back seat of development, of innovation, and every other parameter you can use to measure a societal growth. We have been occupying the back seat when we compare ourselves with other regions. And if you compare ourselves with regions in the world that we started the developmental journey at the same time, Africa is lagging behind. And it is important for us to recognize that and to make effort towards improvement. One of the aspects we believe that has contributed to this is capacity building or lack of capacity building amongst African scientists that will help them to perform their work, perform their research in a way it's of excellence, it's of quality, and will have the necessary impact in the society. That was really the motivation for establishing the African Science Frontiers initiatives. In 2020, we started this movement. I call it movement because it is quite unconventional. Movement to support African science, to support African scientists. All right, so we are looking at today. At the same time, we are also looking at tomorrow. Having that background, our vision in the African Science Frontiers initiatives is to raise the next generation of African scientists who have the right competencies to drive Africa's developmental and transformational agenda through innovative scientific research. So said in another way, this is a place where we want to ensure that African scientists understand their roles and at the same time have the tools in terms of capacity to perform their roles. And there they can contribute to developmental prospects of our continent. So our mission is to instill excellence through competence acquisition, capacity building, and career development. And by so doing, we aim that African scientists would contribute to an African science that tackles Africa's developmental challenges. We have different activities we organize. I tell you, if you put all together, this is my intuitive guess based on what is happening. You're surprised that as many as 15 to 20 meetings, committees, subcommittees, project meetings are going on every week that concern the African Science Frontiers initiatives. There has been a tremendous acceptance among the African scientific community of what we are offering here. People have realized the need to build their capacity in different areas. So we have seminars, we have workshops, we have hands-on trainings that cover the whole spectrum of the scientific research, different capacity building and career development trainings we have. We have a mentoring program amongst African Science Frontiers Initiative members. We have research programs that are going, various of them are going, and it's quite impressive that many people who have stayed with us can testify of the need to have such a platform where we can come together from all over the continent. Many of us are abroad as well, come together, discuss together, collaborate, and to support each other to do something we can all be proud of. Just to say that my colleagues I work with, I tell you, I have never met any of them in person. But over the last 4 years, we have bonded well. Why? Because we have a common motivation, we have a common goal, and we are all hungry for the same thing. And so this has been a tremendous experience so far. The seminars for this year, we have innovation and perspective. Each year we have a theme we are working with, and all our programs are centered around that theme. So this year we are looking at innovation and research, and we have taken the first 6 months to look at the fundamental issues in research innovation. And starting from last month, July, we moved to showcasing some innovative projects, innovative ideas, and innovative platforms that African scientists are organizing or working on. And this evening we have 2 of those we'll be showcasing to you. Just to say, if you have such an idea, innovative idea, if you have a product, if you have a platform, and you want to showcase in one of our seminar series, we still have some spots between September and December. So be in touch. The email to write to is on this screen, or if you are following us in the ASFI WhatsApp, just contact any of us. You can contact me directly, or my colleague Eman, or to Ajibola. Please contact us, and then we will get you enrolled. All right. So please just come back to us on that. All right. Yeah, so we also have other programs. We have a workshop we run last Friday of every month. Dr. Warren's research tips and tricks. And we have been running this month. We are into the 29th edition of this. So we have passed the 2-year mark since we started this. We call it a research clinic, where we have 1 hour to discuss topical issues that affect our research. And so this year we take a detour in really the core scientific or research issues. And we wanted to discuss some of the things overlooked aspect of what we do as scientists, which we call success virtues, scientist success virtues. Many things are done within the lab. And when I say lab, it may be the wet lab, it may be in the field, it may be in the society itself. Many things are being done and then we generate our experiences. But there are also aspects that sometimes we don't think about that feed into how well we do or how well we fail or how badly we fail. And these are the virtues. So we are dealing with several of these things like passion, curiosity, ignorance, failure. And last month we looked at persistence. And this month, in fact, on Friday, we'll be looking at the virtue of patience, the lubricator of the research. So please join us, and we have other topics the remaining part of the year. Last year, we started expanding our programs to increase our engagement. So we launched the annual virtual multidisciplinary conference and boot camp. And last year, it was fantastic what we were able to achieve together. So this year, we have the second edition of that conference and boot camp. We have themed it Revolutionizing Perspectives, Unleashing Innovation in African Research. We have lined up keynotes, we have lined up several programs. We'll be telling you in a few weeks' time, but registration is opened. If you were around last year, we promise you this year will even be better. Last year was fantastic, but if you are not there, I want you to please find time to register and submit your abstract. Currently, we have a call for late-breaking abstract, and join us from across the continent so that together we can grow, we can move. One of the trainings we have, registration is ongoing Art of Scientific Writing and Publishing. So please, this is one of our signature courses. Scientists have to communicate. They have to communicate what they do, and they have to communicate them effectively. They have to communicate them effectively. And this is not a trivial matter. And that is why we call it art, because science and art have to work together to be successful. So please register and join us in this edition of our courses, the Art of Scientific Writing and Publishing. Early this year, we launched the African Science Frontiers Initiatives Research Journal, ASFI ROJ, and we made a call for submission of papers towards the maiden issue, and they are being processed now. Next month, mid-next month, some of the papers will be published. That will be our maiden issue. But the journal is still open for manuscript submission. It's a continuous process. So please submit your papers. I tell you, we have a big dream of what we want to do with this journal. And I'm happy the way things are turning out. It's a multidisciplinary journal, and we want to ensure that there is a bright star coming from Africa in terms of scientific publishing. All right. When you publish with ASFI ROJ, it is a perpetual open access. We have high quality and fast peer review process. Many people were actually maybe didn't take so serious that they didn't do their papers. So I tell you, of the papers submitted in the maiden issue, up to 60% were rejected because quality is our bedrock. We want to showcase Africa in an excellent way. All right. When you publish in ASFI ROJ, you can go to our website, asfireg.org. You can go there. The content you can see there, the abstract that were presented at the conference last year. So what you have there, if you publish, it has immediate social media attention, will help you to showcase your research. All right. ASFI submission process is quite easy and user-friendly. We have created our own robust submission portal. We have used a temporary portal before now, but now you can go to the permanent portal and submit your paper. All right. You have the link down there. Publish all kinds of papers, original papers, expert reviews, systematic reviews, perspectives, protocols, editorials, commentaries, research letters, field stories, opinions, and so on and so forth. Yeah, we have article processing fee, and that is because we have staff that are working tirelessly to get this done, and then also to maintain the archiving of open access papers on the website. But it is quite modest, very modest article processing fee. And if you are an ASFI member, please take advantage of the discount, 50% discount of the article processing fee for papers you submit to African Science Frontiers Initiative. So this year, we are looking at innovation. And yes, innovation is important because it is through that we can have impactful research that will contribute to making our society better. Like the UNESCO mantra I always cite, it says that science and research must respond to societal needs and global challenges. Aside of this, we are not doing it the right way. And that means it has to be innovative. As I mentioned, Africa, our continent, ranks far behind other regions in every indicator of development except one. And that one is a bombshell, and that is population. It's a bombshell. And that means if we do not have the infrastructure and the context to cater for this surge in population, it becomes a problem in the future. So that is why our problems need to be supported by innovative research. This is Prof. Hubert Gitsen, who says science, technology, and innovation needs to be at the forefront of any of these strategies we bring to solve our problems. Innovation is new ideas at work. Innovation consists of processes that lead to a new or improved product or measures that will improve services or solve societal needs. Innovation is about adding value to society. And we have to stress it as a people. We have to stress it as scientists that we need to add value to our society. So please, we're about to start. I will introduce the speakers now. I see that the second speaker has joined, and I will introduce them together. And after that, I will invite the first speaker, Dr. Loretta Ofodile, to make a presentation, and then Mona Gamal would come later on. So use the chat box to introduce yourself. As they speak, please put your questions. If you have questions from what they're speaking on the chat box, put your questions on the chat box. We are going to be picking them up and we'll be presenting them at the end of both presentations. All right? Okay, so our first speaker, Dr. Loretta Ofodile, is a chief lecturer in the Department of Biological Sciences at Yaba College of Technology in Lagos, Nigeria. She was the director of the College Central Research Laboratory between 2018 and 2022. She was chairman, Women in Technical Education and Employment between 2012 and 2016 at the STEM institution. And she was the head of the Department of Biological Sciences between 2009 and 2012, also at the same institution. Dr. Ofodile is a botanist with specialization in plant mycology and mushroom technology. She has a certification in mushroom cultivation technology and was trained in techniques in natural product chemistry at the Biological Interaction Laboratory in Kew Botanic Garden in the United Kingdom, where she also did her PhD research. She has over 42 scholarly articles in local and international journals. Her research interests include waste management, mushroom production technology, and natural product chemistry for drug production from mushrooms and plants. She manages a mushroom research and training laboratory established and maintained with a series of grants by her team. She has received various awards, and she was awarded a professorial position in 2020 by African American University, Porto Novo, Republic of Benin, as a recognition of her years in teaching, research, and the publications in the field of botany. She has received several other awards that relate to grants. The Fund Award, which is a National Research Fund in Nigeria, quite competitive grant. She has also received funding from the Lagos state government and the Netherlands Fellowship on Climate Change Mitigation and Control, and Institutional Educational Trust Fund, and is one of the 2023 awardees of UK Aid Prototype and Startup Funding for Innovation to Market Project through research. She's a member of several professional bodies, including Botanical Association of Nigeria, International Network of Women Engineers and Scientists, and Organization for Women in Science for the Developing World. Dr. Ofodile is the founder of Fungi, which is the product she will be showcasing to us today. So I wouldn't say anything about that because that will be the center of our presentation. Now I go to Mrs. Mona Gamal Edwin Idris. She's a lecturer in the Department of Medical Laboratories, East Nile College in Sudan. She's a teaching assistant at Nilen University College of Science and Technology, also in Sudan. She's very active in volunteer work for the community and various community initiatives she's involved in. She was a competitor in Nobel Prize for Students, third prize in 2024, but this was actually cancelled as African and Arab universities withdrew from the competition due to the entry of Israeli universities as a show of solidarity for what is happening in Palestine. Our ultimate ambition is to use our project to add value and improve immediate and larger society. She is the founder, patent holder, and registered trademark owner of Nawa. Nawa is a product and platform she will be working, she will be presenting today. And this product really demonstrates the multiple power of Sudanese date seeds. And here she will be telling us how this date seed can be used for multi purposes, like preparing coffee, sweet and candies, cooking spices, hair care product, body moisturizers, eyeliners, toothpaste, bath soap, kitchen soaps, pesticides, animal food, name them. This was quite interesting to me, that this can be used to really capture lots of things that are very basic and useful for every society. And finally, Mrs. Mona Gamal is a proud member of ASFI. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming our speakers this evening, and I will be handing over the floor to Dr. Loretta Fodile. So the floor is yours, please.
Thank you, Professor Bright. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, my colleagues in the academia. Let me share my slides. Okay, this is my slide. And I want to, first of all, thank Professor Bright. Can you see my slides?
We see it. Can you put on a presentation mode?
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you, Professor Bright, and for fishing us out. I just will start by saying that you've asked me to say a little about my little contribution in science, and I see it as a privilege, and I appreciate the opportunity. I also appreciate the good job you're doing with the association. I want to say that I will start by talking about the fact that there is no way I can speak about any this innovation without mentioning mushrooms. So that's why I'm starting this way. Fungi grow, fungi growth empowered. A lot happen when we provide edible and medicinal mushrooms, affordable growth media from waste to African communities. They enjoy cleaner environment, eat and live healthy, do microbiological research, dictate and control fungi with ease. So mushrooms are fungi, and the story and the journey of fungi growth started with mushrooms. It was in the course of my research in mushroom that I discovered, because working with fungi is not as easy as it is to grow bacteria, to grow fungi. We discovered that there is a lot of struggles, especially with students in Nigeria, and I believe it affects Africa, the entire Africa, because of the poverty level. They struggle with the fact that the available media is expensive, very expensive. And most of the time, and I'm sure most of us here who have worked with fungi or media, you know that most of the time you have the fact that they expire. They all come in this 500 gram pack. And by the time you come next session to use them, they have expired. So I began to think about it. There is no indigenous mushroom, indigenous growth media in Nigeria. And so you must buy the expensive imported products. So, but looking at it, how do I do something about it? I work with different wastes in the mushroom farm. We work with rice bran. We work with wheat bran. We work with sawdust. And these wastes are problems in the environment. So solid waste in the environment across Africa could be a significant underlying cause of diseases and death, because they cause infectious diseases, they cause air pollution, they bring about land pollution, water pollution, because most with the waste management in Africa is very, very poor. So 80% of solid waste end up in landfills. So they come back to haunt us, flooding and so many other things. So, and this is the major problem I saw that made me venture into researching on how to provide an alternative fungi growth media. So Africa is facing a growing waste management crisis. 63.2 million tons were generated per annum in 2012 to rise to 244 tons in 2025. And like I said, many of them, majority end up in our towns, open fields, storm water drains and rivers. So the financial strain that students face and even researchers in using fungi growth media was what drew my attention to trying to solve this problem. With bran, rice husk, sawdust, most of the time they are burnt in open air field. For example, in Ojota in Lagos, Nigeria, wherever you are, far away, you see methane gas moving up because they are burning, open air burning. And you know what methane gas does? It brings about thinning the ozone layer, and climate change is being increased. So these are the problems. And the media, the growth media available, the conventional one, is not only that it's expensive, it's not sustainable, and it has short shelf life. So this is our MVP. It's our minimum value product. It's valuable now because we've gone from idea to product. This is the product when it is prepared. It is prepared before selling. And this is the product in sachet. Another thing is that if you want to buy if you are buying the imported product, you must buy that 500-gram pack. There is no smaller pack for affordable prices. So I was able to make this product so that it can be affordable, just 2,000 naira. So sustainability is what we are interested in this, because using waste to produce this brings about sustainability. You can locally source for it. It's affordable. The packaging is more desirable and is time-saving for the already prepared pack. So, and you know that the chemical and pharmaceutical market amounts to about $1,203 million in 2023, and as time goes on is increasing. So it's a very, very useful area that it's of economic value. So we've been able to do, we are at this stage, the stage we are now is validation stage. We've given out some products. This is the case, our case use. This is fungi grow, Aspergillus niger growing on fungi grow. This is Aspergillus niger growing on PDA, which is the standard fungi growth media we have in Nigeria here. And you can see in this graph that the durum wheat waste dextrose agar did better in growth. And you can see it here. So, and we have been selling, we've been doing kind of small sales here and there because we are validating B2B, B2B2C, and we count more on selling through salesperson to businesses rather than directly to customers and indirectly to customers through other agents as well. This is our plan, ultimate plan, what we now plan to do. But during validation, we sell here and there. Revenue model is direct one-off sales. We sell our product to customers for a fixed one-time fee. And this our customer segment. These are our targets. We've sent in our products to some pharmaceutical industries. 2 key pharmaceutical industries in Nigeria have tested our product. I wouldn't want to mention their name because I didn't get their approval to mention their names in public lecture. But they have validated the product. They have their some comments for iteration by us. Some hospitals, also laboratories, that is medical laboratories have also used the product. Food and brewing industries, many students right now prefer fungi grow to the conventional growth medium. And some chemical vendors are working with us during this validation. So many students prefer them, especially the pre-poured, because pre-poured plates is new in our environment. And then this is how we plan to go to the market, because we've not commercialized, we are still validating. We want to sell directly to chemical vendors through our salespersons, collaborate with heads of institutions to buy for their schools and college laboratories, collaborate with existing agents in the market to sell to hospitals and relevant food industries, sell directly to mushroom farmers and individual growers. Yes, come to think about it, the mushroom farmers see fungi grow as a breakthrough because it helps and supports macrofungi even more than the microfungi. So many of them have been buying it after testing it. So right now we have given out over 100 free samples for testing. The 25-gram pack and prepared, ready-to-use media in Petri dishes are available, and we are still iterating. We have given out Google Forms. We are getting feedbacks, which we plan to correct whatever the users have commented on, for improvement. Over 40 students have used and preferred fungi grow to PDA. About 40 laboratories have also used fungi grow for testing. The plan we have is to mass produce to this quantity, reduce some tons of waste because we're using wheat waste for the product, improve our ready-to-use packaging, and then structure the business for growth and scales, and then do more validation and iteration as we go on. So the impact we make and we plan to make is reduce environmental pollution and climate change, reduce carbon emission, create jobs for the young people, especially women, provide affordable growth media, enabling students and researchers achieve their research and development goals in Africa. Fast and better sustainable performing media. So we have competitors. These are some of the companies that are existing. Some of them are international, some of them are lower. But this is our differentiator. Our product is made in Nigeria. The fungi grow is a trade name. We've been given trade certificate. We have the patent registration number. We've been given number, waiting for the certificate to come out. We support supports growth of local content. That means having fungi grow as a brand commercialized means that we now have a local growth medium. It has a desirable packaging, more economical than other alternatives. is made with a waste as a major raw material. This is our long-term plan. We intend to achieve as much as this revenue in 5 years, create over 1,000 jobs, reduce about 1,000 metric tons of waste in 5 years, 132% return on investment in 5 years of operation. This is our plan. When we are giving we are able to commercialize and bring the product to the market. This is our team, and these are our website. Thank you very much. Of course, I can't forget, leave out the fact that this product has been brought to this point, this stage by project Innovation to Market, University of Lagos, funded by UK Aid, RISA. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah, that was a quick one. That was a quick one, but also loaded with a lot of exciting things. Yeah, sorry, the questions started coming late, but I will read them out for you from the comment box. Yeah, I think even though, let me see, even though we have, just a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our second speaker is having terrible challenges to join us. As I told you, she's joining from Sudan, and it's not so easy. She has joined but kicked out due to network, so she keeps trying. Let's see if she's able to make it before we round up all the questions we have. But let's go ahead with the questions for Dr. Bodile to begin to answer them. So yeah, the first question here I have, let me read it out. It says, what is the basis for fungi grow? Was it made from mushroom or waste? Can you make clearer for us, please?
Fungi grow is made from wheat waste as the carbon base, carbohydrate base. Just like you have PDA, potato dextrose agar, is Irish potato that is the carbohydrate base, carbon base for it. It's made from wheat waste.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that is clear. Let me see if I get the second one. My question is, how can we have access to your product so we can as well convey to our brothers and sisters in our various institutions out there?
My website is there. Our website is there. Then I can send my phone number for contact and email.
Mm-hmm.
I'll provide my phone number, email, and the website too. This is the website. Did I sign out?
Yeah, you're
Can
here.
you see it? Can you see it?
Okay. I mean I mean your this thing. Yeah, I stopped the I stopped the sharing so that we can see.
Okay,
But yeah, you can share again. You can share again for sure.
Okay.
I'll share again.
That's our website. Then I will share my phone contact on email. So you can always reach out to us on WhatsApp or via the website.
All right. So the person who asked that question, you can already see that. The next question here is, the comparative analysis, cost benefit and cost effective analysis with commercial available alternatives.
Yes. Okay, I should explain the cost.
I don't know what the person wants it, whether you have done that.
We've done that. We've done that. Fungi grow is like 50% cheaper.
50%
And
cheaper.
over more than 40 responses we got that has returned from the validation. We gave out over 100, but you know, it's not easy to get response when you send out Google form. Even when participant collected products, we are chasing them, we are still chasing them to return the response, because they have to use the product and respond to us. Including the two major pharmaceutical industry in Nigeria who have used the product. Everybody, 100% agrees that Fungi grow is cheaper than fungi growth medium, which is mainly both PDA, nutrient agar. So 500 grams right now of PDA is about 68,000 naira. But this comes in 25 grams and it's 2,000 naira. So if you calculate it, it's about 36,000 or thereabout. If you are buying 500 grams. But we don't even have 500 grams sachet. We looked at it in the questionnaire. What are the problems people are having with the PDA? Expiring so easily, exhausting. Fungi can easily exhaust it fast, especially for mushroom farmers. We know we harvest cultures as farmers during spawn production. If you leave your culture in PDA, within 1 week, is exhausted, but fungi grow can last up to 1 month. So you can still make use of your culture. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yeah, I think it's clear enough. Yeah, there's another question here. Could you share a picture of culture on the plate?
Here. Here. Can you see? This one is for fungi grow. This is for PDA. Although in some fungi, microfungi, PDA performed comparatively better, but fungi grow was also gave satisfactory growth. And from our feedback, fungi grow shows more robust growth than PDA, apart from durability. I have so many pictures from participants that came back to us showing their observations. So this is on fungi grow. This is on PDA. This is macrofungi. That is Pleurotus ostratus. Fungi grow had filled mycelia has filled the plates in fungi grow, but PDA is still not filled the plate. But this is comparatively the same. But this is fungi grow.
All right. The next question here is, can waste from palm kernel and maize husk or shaft be used as fungi media?
You can use maize, but I don't know about palm kernel. I don't think so, because it's oily. You cannot. But you can use from maize.
Okay. Did you test for different types of pathological fungi other than Aspergillus species?
In fact, when we sent out for patent reports, we sent out experiments with many. In fact, I have participants in the validation who tested more than 5 fungi. And the validation is still on. If you're interested, you can reach out to us. We'll send you the product for you to validate, test. But it's one product each, one sachet. We don't give more than one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have here, I don't know these terms, but it says, was the agar in fungi grow locally made?
No, the agar, no. Right now, yes, that's an interesting question, and I'm happy about that question. That brings about the fact that what Professor Bright and his team is doing is very apt, because Africa needs to continue to do research until every ingredient in our product is indigenous. Agar is not indigenous because we've not been able to make agar in Africa, apart from Tanzania and some part of South Africa. I've read a report on that. So right now we have a institutional-based grant to work on search for Glaceraria. That is the red algae that you can use to produce agar. So if we can make our own agar, the price of fungi grow will even crash the more. It can go as low as 1,000 naira. Because agar is expensive also.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yeah. I think it's
so
clear.
We need more research on this.
Yeah, it's Mona here. Has Mona joined the room? I don't know if Mona has joined the room. I think so. Ajibola, is Mona here? Can you give me a signal?
She's still having the connection challenges.
Okay, let's continue with the question then, and let's see what happens. Yeah, there's another question here, which I don't know whether they ended the question, the person who asked the question, but it says, does it give good growth for all types of fungi? I mean, yeast, mold, and yeast like, yeah.
Yes, it gives robust growth. I don't know if I'll have opportunity to share a summary of the questionnaire on that aspect of growth. When we give out products, we ask people to use any type of fungi they like. So I have, okay, let me see if I can show you a picture of the growth on yeast. So one of my colleagues did such a good job in the validation that she used so many products. Let me try to share her pictures. She sent me very beautiful pictures. Okay. The prepared product is lighter than the let me copy this and put on my, I don't know, are you seeing this?
We are seeing your last slide.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay.
Maybe let me stop sharing it so I can share what I wanted to show you.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. Let me show you two pictures. Okay. Share the slide again. So you can see. Okay. I have so many of these type of pictures sent back to me. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Can you see this? Yes.
Yeah. If you can put it on presentation mode, then it's a bit bigger.
Okay. I'll do that. Okay, this is Fungi Grow sachet, the sachet. This is from PDA. This is, I think this is a species of Aspergillus. This one. Then, this is yeast. This is yeast. This is Fungi Grow. And this is PDA. Can you see?
Yeah.
The pre-pot plates are as transparent as these, just like what I showed you in the media, in the picture. This is the pre-pot plates. It's exactly like this. But the sachet is, and they perform, these are pictures from participants to show me their results. This is Fungi Grow. Okay, I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yeah, I think you have. I think let's see. I will ask you. I am informed that the second speaker is in the house. We will let her speak now, but there are some other questions that have come, and personally, I have some questions I would like to ask you myself. But let's give Mona time to make her presentation, and then we can come back to the questions again.
Okay.
Thank you very much,
so let me
Dr.
stop sharing.
Fodile. Yes. Mona, can you identify yourself so that I can, yes. Can you identify yourself so that I can unmute you, Mona? I'm not sure the name you're using. Ajibola, do you identify her, please?
Yeah, she just joined me now as Ajibola, so I've been trying to locate her here.
Yeah, I think she's dropped again.
Yeah, I think the network is really bad at our end.
All right. Yeah. She's still trying to join. I can see her still trying to join again. Maybe we'll maybe find another time for Mona. we can continue with the questions, Dr. Fodile. Let me see where I stopped. Okay, so this is the next question. Does it have the same characteristics of, sorry, these names I'm going to mention are so big for me, Saborode dextrois agar? I hope you understand what that means, Dr. Fodile.
I should do what?
So the question here is, does it have the same characteristics of Saborode dextrose agar, or agar you call it? That's the question.
Does it have dextrose? Sugar.
The same characteristics.
Is durum with characteristics of dextrose. Dextrose.
Yeah, I can share my screen. I can share my screen so that you see it the way it is written. This is the question here.
Does it have the same characteristics of Saborode dextrose agar? It performs better because the Saborode dextrose agar is also used for fungi growth, but PDA is even preferable. So that's why we chose PDA as a standard for comparison. So yes, as for growth, but Saborode dextrose agar will not perform as good as fungi growth.
Okay. Then this is the next one. Will it be used for fungal susceptibility testing without interfering active component of antifungals?
Yes. Yes. Because when you want to use fungi growth for growing fungi, just like in PDA, use some antibacterial while preparing it. The instruction is on the sachet. So for purification, it will not interfere with the experiment when you are doing antibacterial, antifungi activity, or any form of sensitivity experiment. It will not.
All right. Okay. Then the next one is this product tested for growth of Mycobacterium or Mycetoma fungi?
Can I see the question?
Yeah. I think I am brutalizing your words in your...
Mycobacterium or
Yes.
Mycetoma fungi. You know that Mycobacterium is a bacterium, not a fungus. It's a bacterium, not a fungus. Fungi growth can support some bacteria from the feedback we got. Can support some, it cannot support some.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yeah, I hope the person who asked this question, this is
Fungi
clear
growth
to
can
you.
support some. Really, I don't know. Somebody said SDA is the main medium for most fungi, like nutrient taker for bacteria. I think I beg to differ. PDA for most, because we also surveyed that question. Is PDA that is preferable for most people than SDA. Those of us that are mycologists, is PDA we use. We rarely use SDA.
Yeah, so that... Yeah, there was somebody who asked a question before which you answered, can waste from palm kernel and maize be used? And the person has a follow-up question. So let me show that. This is a follow-up question when you answered to that question. The person is saying, I mean the shot from palm kernel because I have this as loss of waste product in our farm.
I don't think because of the oil nature, I don't think it will work. But maize, fine. Maize bran, it can be used. Because you have
right.
some nutrient to support the growth.
Okay, so you have this one on the
raising
screen.
his hand. Emma is raising
Yeah,
her.
I will come back to that. I will come back to Emma. But there's a question here. Can this be used to grow other microbes, or is this specific for fungi?
All fungi and some bacteria, not all bacteria.
Okay.
That's why it's called fungi growth. All fungi.
Yeah. This is a comment, and this is also a testament. Somebody who is currently using fungi growth for my research. It effectively supports the growth of the mushrooms that I am working on. Very good and affordable. So this is marketing for you. Those who are considering, now you can see there is a testimony. People are using it and are giving very
Thank
good
you.
remark on that.
Thank you very much.
Yes. All right, Eman, the floor is yours. I have your hand up.
Thanks. Thanks, Red, for this important innovation sharing with us. Could you please respond to how may people participate in your innovation? You said that people can participate in the validation process. And if some people want to test it for research or use it for testing for pathological fungi, how they could do this with you. And if the only process is that they participate in the testing process, or could you help or support some people in other countries to transform their waste products into the same product? I see also on your website that you have solutions for waste products. Could you share some of this with us? Thank you.
Okay, I don't know if I got you very well, Emma. You have saying if other people from other countries want to participate in the validation, in testing, how do you get it? We may have to have a private arrangement between my team and the person, so we'll be able to get across the product to the person. But the person has to bear the cost of transportation, because that's what we do. And I didn't get your second question. If I answered your first question, I didn't get your second question.
And the second one, do you have opportunities for transforming waste products into fungi grow media? I mean, local manufacturing in different countries?
No, I don't yet. That's part of why we are doing this. I don't have any contact yet for that.
Yes. Also, could you share with us, you have other solutions for waste products solutions on your website?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
We use sawdust. We also use sawdust. We use sawdust. It's sawdust we use in growing mushrooms. So mushroom utilizes the sawdust for its own mycelia. So, and we have different types of mushrooms. Medicinal mushrooms, the ones that can be used. Right now, we are running a project, a research on the use of some locally indigenous mushroom against breast cancer. That's the work we are doing right now. We're almost concluding the project. That's the project National Research Fund has given us grant on. And we also working with our civil engineering on how to use the waste from the farm to produce bricks, insulating bricks for building. That's what we are doing right now. We are trying to make some collaboration with some researchers from the Netherlands because of lack of facilities for analysis of tensile strength, knowing the strength, comparing it with what it should be, and all that, and some others.
Okay.
I don't know if I answered your question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask the last questions, Dr. Fodile. Thank you very much. I think your presentation has really brought up lots of interest from colleagues. But going through this process of developing this product you have, I want to know what has been your main challenges?
You know, Africa, money, funding. In fact, this project would have been just report somewhere. I just decided not to publish it. I started this work over 7 years ago. But University of Lagos got a grant from RISA and announced this idea to market. So I applied. I didn't even know. Because most funding, they have age limits. They talk about young people, youth. So most researchers don't have any opportunity. So I was even surprised when they took the idea, and at the end of the day, we were able to win both the prototype and the startup grant. So apart from that, some other challenges is what calls for persistence. Initially, the product was not as good as it is now. I have a lot of challenges trying to bring it to this point. Even after the funding I've been given, we've made a lot of improvements in the product. Because apart from funding, the major challenge we have is not having a particular equipment we need to remove the coarse texture at a point, because that's the major complaint, especially those from the pharmaceutical industry complained about. Being whole powdered, it's not an infusion. Being whole powdered, it's not homogeneous the way it should be. So we need a particular equipment, a quality freeze dryer to be able to make it homogeneous. So funding is the major thing. Then the aspect of developmental stages, it takes a lot of patience to get it to that point. Initially, people will say, this thing is not good and all that. But we kept on working on it until we got to this point. Thanks to UK aid.
So you had to really get the big funding to push you from outside Africa.
Yes.
All right, you mentioned, that is one thing I wanted to ask you before, whether you have really reported this in any scientific journal. You mentioned that you have not written. What is the problem? Why haven't you?
If I report, I cannot patent.
Okay.
I cannot patent.
Right,
it's a long process. Right now, we have a product that can treat insomnia. We don't have any funding. I personally put in almost 2 million naira For the pharmacological research, you know, that is a lot of work. You have to show the patent office that it can actually control insomnia medically, not because somebody used it. People have been using it and they say, oh, they want us to sell. We say we are not selling. We cannot even publish. This is 2 years now. The product is with us. We've given some people, I've used it. I don't have insomnia, but even when you don't have insomnia, you see a difference in the way you sleep. Okay, so the product is there. I don't have any funding. I cannot present it for grant because I have to disclose the source of the product. So you can patent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. And most funders are excluding people of our demography. That is why what you're doing is very important. I wish and pray that scientists in Africa will understand what you're doing and key into it. Because most researchers are not very young people. It takes a long time. In Africa, outside Africa, they may be very young because they have the facilities. Before you can balance in Africa to achieve anything, you overgrow the age they are supporting. I've seen a lot of funding, but they are talking about it must be not 35, must be 20, you know. And we are not young people anymore. Thank you very much.
All right. Sorry, I have more questions. I know that Mona is here. I think Mona is stressed, and I will really want to give Mona time to make a presentation. Mona will come back to you because we need to schedule your presentation so that you can have time and relax to present it. Sorry for the network that has happened today. So yeah, even now you speak, it's so bad. But we will find time for you to come up in our future program, because the platform you have is an important example of what can come from Africa. So Mona, just hold on, we'll come back to you in the future. You present for us. All right, Dr. Opodile, let me ask another question, because what you have here has shown that even with the little resources you have a very good prospect and promising product that you can bring up that can also compete with similar products that come from outside Nigeria, outside Africa. But you know, there is this perspective we have in Africa, that what comes from Africa is better. It's something that it looks like we're inborn with that. All right, if you have a car produced in Africa, people will prefer you get it from America. Even breast milk, I heard that some people get milk for the children, they import it from outside. So there is this mindset we have in the things that we do ourselves compared to the things that come from outside Africa. Now, you mentioned some other products that are based abroad compared to what you have. I mean, going through this process, what is the perception you see people have? Do they easily accept what you have compared to what that was there before? What is your experience?
You've just answered the question. Initially, it's like, you know, some people were like, you know, this product, can it, you know, it's negative perspective. It took me time to get those two pharmaceutical industries to use the product. It took the help of God connecting me with somebody that knows their organ on top. because it's like, what can this woman offer? And when if not for the convincing nature of the product, their validation, their report would have been very ugly, you know. So
people don't believe in you.
Like you said, we need to understand that we should encourage our indigenous products, because it's the more we use it that it will improve. The more we use it, the founders will improve on it and will continue to develop, encourage others to bring in theirs.
Yeah, I mean, somebody wrote here, which I really agree. When you mention persistence,
Yes.
did you take account of how many failures you had in this process from where you started? I mean, conception of idea and
Countless. I can't really say that. Sometimes you are discouraged that with this thing won't go. But I give you two. I worked with my students for years, and so got into this point.
There is a saying we have, and I think we use it also in ASFI, and I think I've heard many people also use it, given the experience we have had from, I would say, our colonial masters, what is happening in the world today, and where Africa is. There is this saying that it takes Africans to develop Africa.
Yes.
So given this product you have now, the experience you have generated, and in this field of research, do you believe in that?
Yes, strongly. That is part of why we are making this effort. I still believe that we'll get to kick out indigenous products and use our own, and then even export it to other parts of Africa.
Okay. This week in Dr. Warren's research tips and tricks, we are talking about patience. And then you're saying that you lose grant opportunities because of your age. But even at this stage, you have something that, a beautiful story to tell of your journey. In terms of patience, what is your advice to young and upcoming African researchers who, because I don't think you started applying for grants in the last 10 years, you have always been doing that. But this is where you are. The lesson of patience, what is your advice to upcoming Africans who have innovative ideas and we eventually face the same thing you have faced?
Please don't give up. Put in the little you have. Please don't wait till you get money. Don't wait till you get grants or funds from outside. The little you have, keep investing it and keep doing it. Just be consistent. Don't lose, because what Fungi grow for me is a simple idea. And I believe I'm not the first person that this idea has come to. I've seen projects, thesis, at least I know one thesis from my supervisor of over 20 years thesis. Somebody used another medium product for medium. Many people might have done so many growth media projects, but they never had the courage to say, okay, let me bring it out as a product. Because we always discuss, we always say, this one is so good, you need this equipment, you need that equipment. How can you get it to be able to make it look as good as PDA, or make it look as good as SDA? It must not be as good as SDA and PDA when you start. I remember when I was using PDA initially, it wasn't as good as it is now. So keep on investing. Don't wait till you get grants before you fund your idea. Fund your idea Take out maybe 10% of your salary or 5% of your salary and fund your idea. Please, and colleagues, please don't put in your hands everywhere. If you are working on a particular area, keep doing it until you get what you want from it. I think that's what I can say.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Fodile. And we wish you all the best in this. Well, will I say, unfortunately, we find ourselves in such very harsh environment in terms of developing innovative ideas. But what you have here is a very good example from idea to the market, which provide transformation. And that is what we believe in ASFI here, that the research we do is meaningless if they do not provide solution to the challenges we have. And Africa needs things like this. You may be working in biochemistry, you may be working in cultural studies, you may be working in as a gynecologist or whatever you are working. Africa has challenges across board. And it's important that you put your effort to find that niche that you can occupy to provide solution. So once again, Dr. Ofodile, we appreciate you and thank you for sharing your experiences this evening with us. We have other innovative projects and platforms and products to be showcasing the remaining part of the year. And colleagues, it is very important that we can learn from these experiences of how other people have done it. So please, if you have your own ideas, share with us. Unfortunately, due to the network issue, Mona could not present her own platform, but we're going to bring her on board again in the future and give her the whole time so that, because I know you have lots of questions, the miracle of Sudanese dead seeds, of what she's using it to do. Now we have already scheduled the speaker and the topic for our next seminar, Sustaining Africa's Buildings, the Power of Volcanic Ash. Africa has problem with our buildings, the materials we have, the problem of climate change, erosion, flooding. But on the other hand, there are African sons who are also African sons and daughters. Sorry, let me not forget that part. Who are also thinking of how we can sustainably deal with the challenges we have in this area. So 29th of September, we have our colleague and our brother. He has once presented on this platform, maybe about 2 years ago, joining us from Imperial College London. He'll be telling us about his research on volcanic ash as one of the potential solutions to solve Africa's building challenges. All right, today's presentation has actually launched us to what we'll be doing the remaining parts of this week. Patience will continue our series on scientists' success virtues, patience, and you can see a demonstration of that in the seminar we have had today. So join us on Friday as we look at this virtue that lubricates the storms we have in our research. Just to remind you, if you have not registered for the upcoming seminar, in fact, what we have had today is a tip of the iceberg of what is coming up in our seminar. There will be loads of innovative talks, and I bet you wouldn't be happy to hear it as a story. So please register and join us on the 26th to 28th November. And abstract is also there, abstract submission, late breaking abstract, please submit the abstract and join us. And the Art of Scientific Writing and Publishing also is open for application. So please submit application so that you can join us in this year's course. ASFI Aruje is there. It's open for continuous manuscript submission and publishing. There are many advantages that you can have publishing with our journal. So if you have an innovative idea, product, a platform, please get to us and we'll be happy to schedule you to present the seminars. Okay, so thank you, colleagues, for this evening, and I really wish you a wonderful week ahead. You are free to open your mic and say bye to your colleagues. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Happy weekend.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you,
Thank you, bro.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Good evening.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Well appreciated, bro. And
Thank you.
all the speakers and colleagues.
Thank you so much, Prof.
Thank you.
We get a number.